guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Nissan Versa SR.
And a big thanks to Red at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Versa has been a subcompact car sold by Nissan since 2006. That's when the first generation was released. The third generation Versa that you see here was released in 2019, facelifted last year for 2023, and for 2024, we're hearing rumors that Nissan is planning on discontinuing their most inexpensive model, the Versa, after the 2025 model year. For now, there's three trims available for the Versa, starting with the $16,000 S, all the way up to the fully loaded SR that we have here. With a base price of $20,140, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So with the SR trim, we get full LED headlamps with an LED daytime running light. And I like the way that subtle chrome trim kind of makes it look like there's an extension to the daytime running light. We get the updated front end styling from last year, updated Nissan badge, and an SR badge in the right corner. Hopefully you guys can pick up the actual LED light design, and I'll focus a little bit more in on this front end. This blue metallic paint color is also beautiful. Hopefully you can pick up the sparkles. It's not the sunniest day right now in Tampa, Florida. Not quite at all. Hopefully you can still pick up the paint color. All body color for the wheel well area. The rims are 17-inch rims, also specific for the SR, wrapped in 205/50 R17 Continental Conti Pro Contact all-season tires. Some of the better all-season tires in the segment. The 50 series sidewall should keep the ride quality nice and plush too. And we'll see if these 205 wide tires are enough to put this 122 horsepower, 114 pound-feet of torque to the ground. We get the black mirror caps too for the SR trim, LED turn signals on them, blind spot monitoring on the glass offered from the SV and up. All black trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We'll take a quick look at this window sticker for the 2024 Nissan Versa SR. With a base price a tick over 20,000 bucks, but we're just about fully loaded. A couple of options, $245 for the splash guards, $270 for the carpeted floor mats and trunk mat, $135 for the trunk package, $1115 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick under 22,000 bucks. Fuel economy is also fantastic. 35 combined, 32 in the city, 40 on the highway. Hopefully you guys can pause, take a look at all of the standard features. The paint color is called electric blue metallic, and the interior is just called sport. The gas cap is not pushed to open. I'll show you the latch is inside. I like how that black window trim continues all the way out rear, reminding me a little bit of a Sentra or even the new updated Altimas. Out rear, same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is, unlike the dual piston brake caliper up front, we get drum brakes out rear. It's also a 4-lug pattern, unlike, say, the Sentra or most compacts or subcompacts with 5-lug patterns, but again, really not a big deal. We get a subtle fender flare out rear too with a splash guard up front as well. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Cool. Out rear, we don't get LED taillights, but they're incandescent in a pretty nice sharp looking design. Halogen turn signal and a halogen reverse light. Chrome Versa badge, subtle body color lip spoiler, SR badge in the corner. Shout out Courtesy Nissan of Tampa for helping make this review possible. We get rear parking sensing with the SR, body color diffuser, exhaust tip, hopefully you can pick it up on camera. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.6 liter 4-cylinder sold by Nissan for the 2024 Versa SR. It doesn't sound super aggressive, but it does rev up pretty quickly. Should help out with performance as much as it possibly can. Cranking out 122 horsepower, 114 pound-feet of torque. It's the exclusive power plant for the 2024 Versa. I kind of wish we had like an optional SR turbo for an extra 5-ish thousand bucks. Even for the Sentra, I kind of wish we had the same thing, but for now, this is the only power plant available. Made it to a CVT transmission. You're gonna have to get this 2,690 pound subcompact sedan to 60 in about the mid 9-second range. So definitely not the quickest, but it does get there eventually. And for the $20,000 to sub $20,000 price point, definitely quick enough, keeping up with vehicles like the Kia Niro and way quicker than say the Mitsubishi Mirage. Taking a step inside, we can see what we get on the top SR trim. So the materials up top are hard plastic, but we get this faux leather trim for the armrest, some faux carbon fiber surrounding the window controls, auto one touch for the driver, lock and unlock, 4-way adjustable mirrors, one of your speakers down below, and a solid amount of door pocket storage. Definitely way more storage compared to say a Mitsubishi Mirage. The seats, we get these sportier buckets compared to the lower trims with the red contrast stitching. The bolstering is also solid. They're not power seats, but you can still recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats all with latches. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. Foot on the brake, engine start stop, new location, and everything fires right to life. So for the sub $20,000 price point, you wouldn't expect the most premium interior, but outside of the hard plastic door panel and dashboard, it is pretty premium for the most part. We get a leather stitched steering wheel with orange contrast stitching, solid 10 and 2, 9 and 3 feels great, and it's a flat bottom. The horn area is hard plastic. The horn, not very loud or aggressive, but people should be getting out of your way. Volume and skip controls. Return, you can adjust this infotainment cluster. Right now we're looking at a digitally illuminated analog tack. You can go to the overall settings, see everything that is available. Go to the information. Right now we're looking at a digital speedo, average MPGs, current MPGs, driving aids, tire pressure. You gotta be driving to see. Right back to where we started. We also have our total fuel economy, music, and the tack right back where we started. In the center, we have our driving information display with the advanced safety features, clock up top. It's a little bit off. It's definitely not 3 in the morning, but the temperature 75. Pretty nice day today in Tampa. The speedometer is analog, goes to 140 miles per hour. Lighting controls underneath. Speaking of lights, we get auto headlamps and auto high beams. Of course, no auto rain sensing wipers. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel, gas cap release, and hood latch release with a little bit of extra storage right over there. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals, a little bit of stitching for the center part of this dashboard for the SR trim. That's a nice premium touch. We get an 8-inch touchscreen too for the SR, of course with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That comes equipped on the SV and up. So the home menu screen, we can check it out, Bluetooth, customized home menu, AM, FM, USB connection, all of that. Of course, we don't get actual navigation here, so my personal favorite to look at all times would just simply be the home screen. Beneath that, we get single zone but automatic climate control, adjustments for the vents on the right side, and adjustments for the temperature on the left side with heated seats, also exclusive for the SR trim. Wireless phone charger, that comes equipped in the SR and up. Engine start stop with some piano black in the center. The materials for the center are hard plastic. The gear selector controls the CVT transmission. We'll check out the backup camera real quick. Not the best resolution, but definitely good enough. Guidance lines and trajectory, and we get rear parking sensing on the SR trim. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce water bottles with no problem. Genuine parking brake, that's not something you see very frequently on new vehicles, especially facelifted ones. But if you're taking a driving test, the 2024 Versa will accommodate your parking brake. The armrest here is also gushy soft. That's updated for the post facelift. Storage space, not the most, but you will fit probably 4, maybe 5 12-ounce water bottles with the USB-C port in there as well. We get an additional USB-C port and USB-A port up front with a 12-volt. The glove box, it's not damped or lined with felt, but it's decently spacious. You'll fit 15 to 20 license plates. You'll fit a pair of shoes in there with no problem. We don't get a frameless or auto-dimming rear view mirror. You can dim it with this flappy thing. The interior lights aren't LED, but they do the job. SOS right up top. No sunroof, and that's about it for the front seat of the 2024 Nissan Versa SR. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. It's starting to rain. Hopefully it passes us by so we can do at least one more review today. Up top, we get hard plastic, just like up front. We get the leather stitch armrest though, power window, and a massive sized cup holder. The rear seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like with red contrast stitching. The rear legroom, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 3-4 inches of knee room, just as much space for my legs as the 2024 Kia Forte GT we just reviewed. Headroom, I got about ½ an inch. I'm starting to run out. So if you're under 6'2", maybe 6'3", you should be able to sit behind your seat settings in the 2024 Versa. It's really not a whole lot less spacious than, say, a Sentra while saving quite a few thousands of bucks. Of course, the child locks are on. Hopefully they're not on this side. They are not. So we'll hop out of here from the passenger side and we'll hop out and we'll check out this cargo space. So under this updated Nissan badge, you can open up your trunk, and the opening is very large for a subcompact. The trunk itself is very large. With the wheel well cutouts, I'd expect you to fit 2 golf bags horizontally. You can fold the rear seats down 60-40 split, and I'd expect you to fit a 50-55 inch TV over here with no problem. The latches to fold down the rear seats are those little pulley things up top, and we get this cargo net over here, part of your trunk equipment package, for about 170 bucks. What you see is basically what we get. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back, walk around this 2024 Nissan Versa SR one more time. For the subcompact segment, I really think this is one of the best lookers in it, especially compared to, say, the Kia Rio, way better looking than a Mitsubishi Mirage. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Nissan Versa SR out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Nissan Versa SR. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, the steering feels pretty on center and direct. Reminds me really a lot of something you get from a Sentra. And don't mind the subtle rattle. The wheel lock is in this glove box, so it's just gonna be tossing and turning a little bit. That has nothing to do with this actual car's isolation from the road. And I really hope that rain holds off for at least 45 minutes to an hour so you can get one more review in. Taking a step out here, about half throttle. Not a lot of power, but it does get up and go. And on concrete pavement, the isolation is really good. We just got out of the Kia Forte GT on this exact same road, and without question, it was noticeably noisier in here. And the ride quality is also really good. You hit these bumps, boom, very soft, very well isolated interior, and we're at like 47 PSI for the tire pressure. You lower it down to about 40, I guarantee you this ride quality would be even more plush. Wow, I was not expecting it to ride as well as this does. This rides noticeably better than a Rio. It rides miles ahead of a Mitsubishi Mirage. We'll try a turning radius body roll test, throwing it in way quicker than we should. There is some body roll, but really not a whole lot. The turning radius is sharp. Woo! Not bad. Coming out. Woo! Yeah, it gets up and goes a little bit. Yeah, you look down and you're not going quite as fast as you think you are. I can see 0 to 60 happening in the mid 9-second range. It's definitely quicker than a 10-second 0 to 60. It feels a tiny bit quicker than a Nissan Kicks, but really not a whole lot with the same exact power plant. Anyway, we'll try one out off the line. On the gas, good response. A little bit of power after 4,000. Not bad. It holds the revs. It doesn't do the artificial shifts like some of the other Nissan cars do. Well, it does do it sometimes, just I guess not during full throttle. You definitely don't buy this vehicle because of the performance, though. The handling is still really good. The ride quality is really good. The isolation from the road, all really good. Throwing it in quicker than we should on wet pavement. No understeer on the gas. No understeer. Very good handling. Well planted vehicle, and it doesn't feel like a vehicle that starts at $16,000 for a base. They really put this together well. It feels way more premium. I've said it already like 4 times. It feels way more premium than even a Kia Rio. And up until now, that's really been my standard for the segment. Taking a step out onto this 2-lane road, open her up a little bit more. Woo. Yeah. That time it gave us the artificial shifts. And although it's not the most powerful, I do actually like the sound of this 1.6 liter 4-cylinder. Very athletic sounding. You can take a listen one more time. Turning radius is sharp on the gas. Not bad. Doesn't blow you away, but also definitely can't complain if you're getting this vehicle for around 20,000 bucks. And now on this darker asphalt, going at almost highway speeds, you don't really hear any road noise. Wind noise just about non-existent. Guys, the isolation here is impressive. If you're looking for a comfortable daily driver vehicle that's amazing on gas, but you don't want to spend over 20,000 bucks, I promise you, check this out.
you'll be surprisingly impressed with this vehicle. No, it's not as loaded as a fully loaded Sentra, but you don't expect it to be. You're also saving $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 compared to a fully loaded Sentra, and that's exactly why you would buy this Versa SR. You don't need the larger vehicle, you don't need the more expensive vehicle. You just want a cheap way into a comfortable, reliable, and fuel efficient, spacious sedan. This is really probably the cheapest and the best way to go for the $20,000 price point. Good handling, good isolation, and a very solid premium feel, mostly due to the high quality feel from the steering wheel, high quality feel from these turn signals, and just the overall isolation from the road. If that's what you're looking for, guys, and you're looking to fit 6-foot tall passengers in the back seat for around the $20,000 price point or less, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2024 Nissan Versa. If you want the bells and whistles, blind spot monitoring, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 8-inch touchscreen, nicer wheels, nicer lights, I would definitely recommend checking out the SR, because even at this price point, you get a lot for the money. And a big thanks to Red at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Red, and huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.